Uh-oh, here we go. What's up, Cuzzo?
Hey, yo, this is crazy.
What it do though, baby?
Oh man, this is wild. I ain't gonna lie. I'm still getting used to this. Get a minute.
New setup, new take in. Here we go. Here we go.
Yes,
To
sir.
our loyal fans, to our loyal on the clockers, man. Let me tell y'all, this has been a little trying situation getting us here where we back on the clock between life and time constraints. Like we're gonna start the show this way. I'm gonna apologize to all our fans from the grip. It's gonna be a literal apology from me. We were not potting because of me. I was going through a lot of things. I didn't want to pod. I didn't want to be part of the show anymore. He didn't know none of this either because I didn't tell him none of this. Like, so he's probably going to hear a lot of this for the first time today. I was just going through a lot of stuff in my personal life, and I felt like this pod was a big part of what I was going through. So I was ready to end the pod without even having a conversation with my co-host, my partner in crime, my cousin, my fam. I was just ready to end this thing and not say nothing and just let it be done. But we had a conversation. We had multiple conversations, and I just couldn't do it. Like I couldn't end the show that way. I couldn't do our fans like that. So we here, and this is I got a story to tell part two. We're gonna touch on a lot of stuff today, from sports to Mr. West to us and what we've been going what's been going on with us. We're gonna talk about all this stuff. Like we're gonna really talk about everything today. Today's gonna be one of those shows. It might run too long, it might run too short. You just don't know how we're gonna be. But we're back. We're here trying to get my new camera adjusted, camera issues, all this stuff. But we are here. We are here to pod. And the pod bros are back. So our takes are going to be our takes. So just get ready for wherever this show may go today. All right? Just giving y'all a heads up now. Like this might be one of them ones where we might just go completely off the rails. We might even get canceled afterwards. Who knows? But we are here. We are back. JB the Kid One, I hope you turn your microphone on because we would love to hear from you.
I say, nah, I turned it down and let you know the soliloquy. You feel me? But nah, like he said, we all go through personal things in life. So, like I said, when we talk, I can understand that everybody needs to take a step back sometimes and just get their personal together. Because if you ain't right, then nothing else can be right. So that's the way I usually stand. But with all that being said, I'm glad we back. I don't know about all that cancel stuff he talked about. I mean, if I didn't get canceled already, then I'm good personally. But it is good to be back on the podcast. I want to shout out to the boys at StreamYard. You feel me? We official now. But nah, so yeah, hope everybody. I think we're live. You know what I'm saying? If you seen the little test run, like I did, that's why I kind of knew it was time to pod.
Yeah.
But nah, so we're gonna be coming from y'all from this platform. This platform is ideal for podcast or whatever. We can see your comments and all that good stuff, like from all wherever we're posting on, wherever you can see us. From now on, our show more than likely we'll try to do it live. To be honest with you, we can do it live. That's gonna be the way to go. So, with that being said, man, let's start the pod. We got a lot to catch up on, man.
Yeah, but we got weeks to catch up on. So let's start. I mean, do you want to start with the Super Bowl? Do you want to start last night? Where do you want to start, man? We can start All-Star Game, All-Star Saturday Night, man. We can start with any of that. I mean,
We can start with the Super Bowl. I
okay.
mean, it was a crazy Super Bowl. I actually stayed up to watch the Super Bowl everywhere I've been in the world. I try to stay up. or whatever, just to watch the Super Bowl. I haven't missed one in the past like 6 years now. So I think the biggest thing was I was surprised that Joey B is not dead right now. I ain't gonna lie. I didn't know how much he got sacked in the postseason. Like I knew the regular season was like 51 times, which is still unreal. But the fact it's so weird because like a lot of people like myself were betting on the Bengals getting Penei well or whatever with the 5th overall pick instead of Jamar Chase. So when they got Jamar Chase, even though I love me some Jamar Chase, I didn't think it was going to be, I don't know, like a possibility that they would actually go far. But they did, but it showed they need an offensive line. And one thing, it's crazy, but I think everybody, all the experts are picking the Rams because like you got like 2 Hall of Famers on that front line at least. Jalen Ramsey is a future Hall of Famer. Eric Weddle came out of retirement, was leading the team in tackles. Matt Stafford had the clutchest run since Nick Foles in the postseason. So I mean, they all deserve it. Shout out to the Rams for winning. I know LA going crazy because over the past 2 years, you know what I'm saying, they were bringing home championships from the Dodgers to the Lakers, now the LA Rams, and that stadium. I ain't gonna lie, that stadium was lit. The energy, the halftime show was dope or whatever. I ain't gonna lie, I needed more though because I felt like it was too short personally. But it was a nice halftime show. Word on the street is they did it for free. So that was wild too. Like
That's wild. That's really wild.
The fact that Dr. Dre just came out of nowhere and decided to do something for the free, that's not. I'm not saying that he's all about money, but I mean when you beats by Dre, I guess you don't really need no more. But the fact that he wanted to put one on for the culture, I thought that was pretty decent or whatever. But yeah, man, I didn't really expect. Like for instance, I think the last play of the Super Bowl, Joe Burrow had more time. Like
Jamar Chase was wide open
down the sideline. So I think that just goes to show, like, just do what the Chiefs did, like go up and buy yourself an offensive line or go through the draft, whatever. But I think that should be the main priority. And retaining what's my boy's name, Jesse Bates, number 30 on the safety for the Bengals. You keep the team intact and buy an offensive line. I don't see how you're not. I ain't gonna lie, Lamar Jackson might have something to say next year though, but I don't see why they're not back in the playoffs. Like they got a solid dynamic duo or trio with you can start mixing in there too. So I think they found their winning formula, but I just need them to expound on it more.
Absolutely. Yeah. I felt like the Super Bowl was good. I mean, it wasn't what I expect. I thought Cincinnati was going to win. I did. Especially when they got that touchdown on Ramsey in the start the second half, I thought it was game over. Like I thought that was the end. I didn't think Matt Stafford was going to be able to pull out what he did. But hey, Cooper Kupp is that ball. Like
That's a bad man right there, B. That's a bad man right there.
Like Cooper Kupp's that ball. Like they put 3 people on him and he still was getting everything. What he did to Eli Apple in the end zone on that last touchdown, disrespectful.
Can't teach.
Disrespectful, man. But hey, man, I'm happy for Matt Stafford. I'm happy for OBJ, man. OBJ was on his way to being Super Bowl MVP until he got hurt. In my eyes, he was on his way.
Nah, but so I think that was my pick for Super Bowl MVP, just off the fact that I just knew all eyes on Cooper Kupp. So that was my thing. I was like, you got to triple team Cooper Kupp. OBJ can do like little OBJ things, and still like even with 2 ACL, now 3, I think, ACL joints. You know what I'm saying? He's still fast and he's got good feet work. So I'm with you on that. I just knew that when he went down, I was like, yeah, let's go ahead and set this one out, big dog. And you could tell the offense heard it. Like the plan was to feed OBJ. Like
yeah,
OBJ
he was cooking. He was cooking. He was cooking for sure. He was cooking. So yeah, that was their plan. And with that, listen, I don't understand why Jamar Chase was not I don't understand why Joe Burrow wasn't getting Jamar Chase the ball more. Like he needed to get him the ball more. Go ahead.
Jalen Ramsey, 2 words. Jalen Ramsey.
But he was throwing at Jalen Ramsey. The touchdown was on Ramsey. He was throwing like I'm not trying to hear that. Like, you were throwing at Ramsey when it was anybody else, but when it was Jamar, you wasn't really going that way, and I think he should have went that way more.
Nah, I'm about to say like so. I think this is the biggest thing with Jamar Chase. Don't get me wrong, he ain't got the separation space. So like the one time he did like get Jalen Ramsey, you know what I'm saying? Like, even the touchdown to T. Higgins or whatever, that one long touchdown, whatever. T. Higgins got away with a face mask. Like Jalen Ramsey was doing his thing on lockdown that night, like getting in their head or whatever, and then like you're not getting separation. I'm not about to throw a 50-50 ball to you with Jalen Ramsey. That's not going to happen. You can do little dump offs or whatever, but I'm talking about long stretches down the field. Nah, like you only have one wide receiver. I felt like you weren't going to run the ball, so I thought T. Higgins like he got away, whatever. But
yeah, that was wild.
That defense, I ain't gonna lie, that defense to me was like I can't even make a better defense on Madden. That's like that was one of those ones. Like you got Aaron Donald, you got Von Miller.
Oh yeah, listen.
Von Miller go to show up on the brightest of stages. I'm more happy for anybody outside of Matt Stafford was for Aaron Donald because he made the game winning play.
Oh yeah. Listen, he made the biggest play in the game, hands down. He made the biggest play.
Yep. But yeah, to me it was a decent Super Bowl, or whatever. I like how it kind of came down to the wire. Where the Bengals got back into it, made it a game. You know what I'm saying? It was like, oh snap. But I feel like it was kind of written like when you throw, it was a nice storybook ending. You can't make a better storybook ending. It was scripted. Not a better story than that. Matt Stafford gets
absolutely.
Don't know you for Von Miller. You're in LA, made it to the Super Bowl. You're supposed to win it. So, like I said, hats off to the Rams. The Bengals got time to get it right. They got some time to get it right. I just hope they just continue to build on what they got because obviously they got what it takes to get to the Super Bowl. So they got some more pieces on defense in their offensive line. They be straight.
Absolutely. Yeah, I mean, I definitely felt that was a very good Super Bowl. One of the better Super Bowls has been. I mean, competition-wise, it was close. It wasn't like it was a blowout. It didn't look like the Bengals didn't belong. They looked like they deserved to be there.
Yeah.
So let's change it up. I don't really want to talk about NFL off season yet. We can wait for that. Let's talk basketball. Let's talk NBA. Let's talk about Sixers. So
why not?
Let's start there. Let's start with my Sixers. Because I don't want to talk about that team that you wear right now because they ain't nothing to talk about. So let's talk about my Sixers, who made the biggest trade at the trade deadline. They traded away that guy, Ben Simmons, and they got arguably one of the best guards in the league in James Harden.
Absolutely.
Do you feel like they gave up too much?
Absolutely.
You feel like they gave up too much?
Yeah, I thought it should have been a 1-for-1. Maybe a second round draft pick, but
I mean the money don't match up, so it can't be a 1-for-1.
Oh, okay, and you talking about money wise, and yeah, I see your point. But I was saying, like, for me, I wouldn't have gave up Andrew Drummond though. I said Andre, my bad. That's Andrew, and him Drummond. I wouldn't have
Andre Drummond.
I wouldn't have gave a Drummond for him or whatever. I don't know. That was hard. Like what you said with the money aspect, you're right. I'll give you that. But like, if I'm just like, if I could do a 1v1 and a draft pick and some compensate money or whatever with it to balance everything out, I would try to do something like that because. Like I told you at the beginning of the season, I like Drummond coming off the bench as an MB backup. And I feel like he was just – and then you gave up Steph Curry, who was – you seen what he did for the Nets' first win, I thought they got Steph Curry for a minute, how he went out cooking. I was like, wait a minute, hold up. That's not supposed to happen like that.
You had to give up something. Yeah, so
that's what I'm saying. Like, for me, like, everybody always, like, I'll use the Anthony Davis trade or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like you try to go all in, you know what I'm saying? Go all in. So now the biggest question is who do you think won the trade? And I think that's the biggest thing.
So right now.
There you go. I'm so glad you started off with that.
right now, I'm going to say I think Brooklyn wins the trade right now, just because of what they got complimentary. So, because we don't know what Paul Millsap is, or still is anyway in the league, as far as how he plays out, we just don't know what that really looks like. You know what Seth Curry is, you know what Andre Drummond is. We don't know what Ben Simmons is going to look like. You don't even know when he's going to start playing. But I think off of the complimentary pieces, they might have won this trade. Again, we'll find out Friday night how ready James Harden really is. I mean, like, I think he's ready. From what I saw from the videos of them at practice, he looked ready to go the day he got here, to be honest. But we'll see, because you can't keep shooting step backs with a hurt hammy. Like, I don't believe the hammy was really that hurt.
Nah, man. You know, James Harden, like as soon as he was listed as like injured around the trade deadline, everybody's antennas go up. So, like, I say personally, it depends on how you look at the trade situation. I feel like at one point you can look like you kind of win now. Everybody know. I think all the basketball analytic people, you know, they would agree that James Harden with Embiid is a dangerous combo.
So we got a comment. We got a comment. So I want you to see I don't know if you can see the comments yet, so I'm gonna show it to you. Pull it up on the screen.
I got you.
Somebody said they wish they would have kept Seth. My man E said they wish they would have kept Seth. I mean, I do too. Everybody does. Seth was a scorer. Like, Seth's a scorer.
Nah. So I'm about to say that's what I'm saying. Like, so from right now, trying to win right now, I feel like boom, Embiid and James Harden. You know what I'm saying? That's a dynamic duo, and honestly, they can do some damage in the playoffs. However, James Harden, you know what I'm saying, the playoff is kind of shaky. So I would like to see like how that playoff dynamic work. For the future though, I ain't gonna lie. The Nets look kind of scary. I ain't gonna like on paper they look. You got Kyrie and KD. Then you add Ben Simmons. Then you got Seth and Drummond. Like, that's a nice little combo that Steve Nash can work with. Like, that's kind of foolproof to me, if you ask me. So, don't get me wrong, James Harden, Kyrie, and KD all look scary on paper. I just feel like this is the best fit. And I feel like Ben Simmons has a point to prove now because everybody been talking craziness about him. So I feel like he's going to come up with something that's bad we ain't seen yet. Everybody know, and for all we know, for what everybody portrayed it to be, he's just been sleeping on his couch or whatever, just chilling. And the 2 first round pick. You right, Eric. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I don't care about the first round picks, and I'm gonna be honest. Like, everybody keeps talking about these first round picks, but if the Sixers are what they're supposed to be, them first round picks are so late in the draft, it don't matter. It don't matter. And the one in 2027, that's 2 years from now. So if they're bad then, all right, they're bad then, and then we gave up something. But if they're still a top 3, top 5 team in the playoffs and they're fighting for a chip, that pick don't mean anything.
Nah, so the way I look at it, draft picks, especially with good team, now you got bargaining chips at this point. You got something you could package with a trade or whatever. That's how I always look at draft picks with good teams. Like, I got this draft pick. I ain't doing nothing. Like, we traded 3 draft picks to the Pelicans.
Yeah.
Now, granted, I ain't gonna lie. Unless we turn this record around, they're gonna get a nice little something for this year. But that future draft, we ain't got one to 2027. So I'm like, we you know what I'm saying? If we doing good, we like competing or whatever. Like you said, that's like towards the end of the draft. The likelihood of you trying to find another Jokic or a Draymond in the second round is like, you know what I mean? So I'm not really, like you said, I'm not really tripping unless like you just got one of them people like, oh, snap. But that's what I'm saying, yo. So that's what I'm saying. Like, they can use them for trade, but like I said, you trying to win a chip right now for the city. Hey, I got to bring James Harden by any means necessary. And Daryl Morey, that's his guy. So he wanted James Harden from the get. He just had to figure a way to get there.
Right. He wanted James. That was the move, was him getting James. Like, that was the move. But I don't feel like the draft picks are that big of a deal when you got a team like this team who is probably going to be fighting for a championship for the next couple of years. And the fact that they're not going to really be trying to draft anybody or trade. What's really going to happen is, oh, here we go. He got his hook out. I don't got mine set up today, dog. I'm sorry. I jumped right on here. They got where I was going with this. They're going to probably make moves as far as free agents go. Like, I see James taking less money so they could get somebody else here.
I ain't gonna hold you. James ain't finna take no less money, B.
That's why he hasn't signed yet. Well, one part was they missed the time frame for him to actually sign his extension, and then reports have been coming out that he kind of wants to take less money so they can pull another superstar in here with him and Embiid for the next couple of years. To me, that makes more sense than anything.
We'll see. I don't know. James, I'm about to say I feel like James all about that money, so we'll see though. We'll see.
Yeah, we definitely gonna see. We definitely gonna see what's popping with that and how that's gonna work out. So are you hyped about this Friday, seeing them two on the floor together?
It'll be. I just want to see how it's gonna go. Honestly, if it goes the way I think it's gonna go, I say everybody needs to watch out. I ain't gonna lie, because I feel like MVP. I said MVP, but yeah, Embiid is the MVP.
Could have won MVP last night too if Steph didn't go in fuego.
First of all, let's keep it a bean. LeBron James would have won MVP if Steph didn't go crazy. You don't hit the game winner and then all of a sudden you don't win MVP in Cleveland. Like, come on, like it don't get better than that. But
Steph with a fuego though, 16 threes.
Yo, like some of the stuff was just getting disrespectful. I ain't gonna lie.
Yo, that one where they got the picture right there where he turned and was looking at the crowd is listen.
He gonna ask if I made it. Like, bro, like go. That boy dropped a move. You heard what he said. He was like, he was trying, but he said he didn't expect to get triple T in the All-Star game. So he didn't have more legs after the game or whatever during the fourth quarter. I was like, golly.
Yeah, he was balling.
I like how we transition, but I love this All-Star setup. I really love it.
Oh yeah, I love the way the All-Star game is. I don't like All-Star Saturday night anymore, but I don't like the dunk contest. I don't like the dunk contest because everything else was good.
Yeah, everything else was good. I do like the skills challenge.
Oh yeah, the revamp skill challenge, I like that.
Whoa, that was wild. I'm still mad that the Antetokounmpo Bros didn't freaking win it all. But nah, what I was gonna say though, like that dunk contest, I think we got to start vetting people or start paying people to participate. Because even though Obi Toppin was my pick to win it,
he was my pick too. He was my pick too.
It was like the way that it went about, like people out here missing dunks. The game is going way too long. I'm glad I didn't stay up for this nonsense, though.
Yeah, it was bad. It was bad. Like I watched it and it was bad and it was hard to watch. Like I like Cole Anthony. I like Cole Anthony, but dude, trying to dunk in Sims and then you can't really get off the ground. Like I was over it.
No, I think for me, the one that got the crazy money, Jalen Green, he was missing some crazy dunks too. It had to go settle. Like he was settling by the time Shaq's face said it all. Like his face
Shaq was disgusted. Shaq was disgusted.
Yeah, you seen the video where Kareem Abdul-Jabbar walks out?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was like, dang, the caption was like when you upset the ancestors.
Right.
But yeah, man, I was like, they need to bring in some the fans need to vote who they want to see and then go from that. Like those are people
I heard a concept today that I actually liked. So I heard a concept today where you would get NBA players. It'd be like 2 NBA dunkers.
Oh yeah, versus like professional dunkers or whatever.
Versus professional dunkers versus street ball dunkers. And it had that play out. I like that concept more than anything. Because I think the professional dunkers is going to win.
Yeah, I'm about to say, those street ball dunkers on another level, dog.
Yeah.
I'm with that. And then put some money on the line. Like,
right.
That's what I'm talking about. Put some all-star type money on the line. That's because y'all be out here getting nice. I think a lot of trophies is dope. The trophies were dope.
Oh, yeah, trophies were dope. Like the 3-point contest was dope. I couldn't believe Cat won. I couldn't believe Cat won. Cat proved that he was the best.
You couldn't believe. Cat nasty with that three. I bet you, and the crazy, I was like, man, if he does it,
I had Trey. I was picking Trey.
So Ice Trey, like I think that's everybody's favorite pick. But I was like, you gotta think, everybody that got that stupid little set shot, or whatever, and like Cat's money ball was in the middle of the court where he takes the most. Man, it was perfect. I was rooting for Cat. I was like, yeah. I was like, after he started getting hot too, I was like, oh yeah, he practiced this.
Cat definitely went ham. You know, he definitely did his thing.
But I think the one person that I was surprised at was the boy from the Clippers.
Okay.
He scared me a little bit, but yeah.
Oh, Luke Kennard, yeah, he can shoot. Yeah, he can shoot. He can definitely shoot. Yeah, that's all I got for All-Star Saturday night and the All-Star game. I don't really have nothing else to talk about on that. Let's talk about your Lakers. Where do y'all go from here, man? Listen, AD's injured again. Can he ever stay healthy?
Yeah, that's all I got for All-Star.
Yeah, he can.
You think so?
Yes.
Can he ever stay healthy?
When? Where? What point?
I just think like he just got. It's like one of the basketball guys is not in his favorite right now.
Basketball guys not his favorite.
I hate to be. It's not on a bias, whatever. But like some of this stuff is like a freak accident. Like he got his ankle rolled on. Like you can't really predict that. He just got bad luck right now. You can't. First of all, I always tell people change your sneakers. If you got weak ankles, you shouldn't be wearing low tops. Like that's my biggest thing. So I think with the whole AD situation, I think we're gonna be fine. We'll probably sneak in, you know what I'm saying? As long as we got LeBron and then Malik Monk, I feel like they're starting to figure it out with Russ. And Russ has always been a second half of the season type of guy anyway.
I don't know about this Russ thing. Like I still don't know about the Russ thing.
I'm telling you right now, it don't work. Okay, Russ on the Lakers does not work. However, if there's one person with the basketball IQ, Bob. Hey, listen. Hey, you know me. I'm all about trading Russ, and the fact that we didn't do nothing at the trade deadline. You heard what LeBron said. So anyway, but yeah. We're not ready for the future yet. As long as LeBron is still there, go what Bob was saying. Like I ain't ready for that yet. He's just not there yet.
I want to make sure I showed Bob's comments. Like, hey Bob, I'm with you. Trade his ass. You should have traded him at the deadline.
So now listen. So Bob also said, I'm gonna make sure people can see that. Hey, put his last comment on the screen.
I'm about to put that up too. Trade him too. Mr. Glass need to be traded.
So the crazy part is, I'm actually, depending on who we get for AD, I'm with that. But AD is a generational talent. He made the top 75 list. Him and Russ. I'm not going to get people that are going to barely scratch the surface the next 25 years. And I need somebody that's going to be like, yo, like he said, build for the future, some key picks. Trade Russ and AD, trade Russ and AD for a package to give me Dame, or somebody has to be big, like big. I need a big pocket. All LeBron needs is somebody that can complement him, give him a whole bunch of shooters, and somebody that's also defensive minded. We be straight. But for this year, we're talking about right now, this year, I feel like this year they're going to figure it out. You know what I'm saying? We're going to figure everything out. And we're going to get in that. Two things going to happen. Worst case scenario, we're going to be in the play-in tournament and then get into the AC, play the Suns. Well, however, we'll not be playing the Suns because now Chris Paul's out for the next 2 months, right? So now the West is looking kind of interesting now. So I would say that all that is stay tuned, because I feel like the second half, this is where you're going to see everything. Of course, as a side note, going to Bob's comment, he just posted, "Hey Bob, we ain't about to bring John Wall over here."
That's who LeBron wanted. He wanted him for Russ.
No. It was a good fit. That's not a long-term solution. We're talking about like building for the future. I'm not getting trading Russ.
Bro, you only got 2 more years of Bron, because Bron's going wherever Bronny goes.
For the future. That's what I'm talking about. Build for the future. I need somebody here that's going to carry the mantle after LeBron gone. John Wall, you seen what he did with the Wizards. I'm talking about Dame and CJ McCollum and Yusuf Nurkic was the big three. I know Dame can do something. Dame can get some people over there. The Lakers are kicking themselves right now because they had the opportunity to go get DeMar DeRozan and they slept on it. That's the problem. They need to stop being like, oh, we ain't gonna pay you. Oh, listen to LeBron. Yeah, go ahead and bring Russ back home. It's a good storyline. All right, y'all better put Pelinka finally said no to LeBron. And everybody's like, oh well, LeBron. Oh well, you should have traded that draft pick. Yeah, Taylor Horton, Tucker, he needs to go. He needs to go. I'm trading him for Caruso injured. Now we ain't playing Dang no more, Bob. Luol Deng off the books now. LeBron made sure he cleaned that bad boy real quick. You right though. It's been a while though, but now LeBron made sure we clear that up so we can get AD. Before we got AD, we cleared up that whole Dang situation.
Absolutely. I just don't know where y'all go from here, man. Like y'all look like y'all in purgatory. Like, to be honest.
Nah, after that last game we beat the Utah Jazz. I'm straight.
It's the Jazz, like it's
whoa,
Jazz.
No, stop doing that because everybody want to ride the Jazz and Donovan.
I don't think the Jazz is that good.
Oh, you're sick then because they are that good. That was because we would have lost to the Jazz. Everybody was like, see, they can't beat good teams, blah blah blah. And now we beat the Jazz. Well, the Jazz.
What has that Jazz team done in the playoffs? Because that team has been together for a couple years, and what have they done in the playoffs? Nothing. Listen, they're a good regular season team. Great. What do you do when it's playoffs? I can say the same thing about my Sixers. We can't get out the second round of the playoffs. I can say that. So
my question is, if we were to beat the Sixers, they're not a good team?
Yeah.
So you're going on camera and say if we beat the Sixers are not a good team. That's why y'all beat them. That's your argument?
No, I didn't say that.
Okay, then.
I said my Sixers argument.
You can't say that because I can make the same argument with the Sixers just a regular season team and they ain't doing nothing.
But my team hasn't been together as long as your team. The only listen, it's Maxi's first year starting. We don't have the quiet bum anymore, thank God. We don't have Mr. I just want to pass the ball for life and I don't want to shoot. Like he's gone finally. Let's see what this team looks like. Let's see if this team is just as adequate as that team. If this team right here gets to the Eastern Conference Championship, we're talking about a different team.
Are we talking about the same team that got knocked out the Eastern Conference Championship with a Kawhi Leonard? That team?
That wasn't the Eastern Conference Championship. It was the second round.
Oh, okay. Yeah, you're right.
Second round. Second round. That's why I said they got to get to that next step. For them to be a better team than the teams that's been here in the past couple of years, they got to get to that next step, which is the Eastern Conference Finals. Now, if they make it all the way to the finals, then yeah, they're legit. And James Harden and Joel Embiid are going down in history as probably some of the greatest Sixers ever.
Well, Joel Embiid already made that mark. I think like he's one of the Phillies. He's solid.
Yeah, he's solid.
He's solid. I would like to see if James Harden makes his mark in Sixers history with a chip. Yeah, he got that. The crazy part is then the pressure will be on Russ to get that ring from the original OKC trio.
Oh yeah, well Russ will be the only one without a chip.
Yeah.
I mean, but listen, I used to love Russ. Like I used to be a big Russ fan, and he's just been going downhill and downhill and downhill.
No, because the crazy part is when he was on the Wizards, that second half of the season was not the first half of the season from Russ. Like last year, I was like, okay, like Russ, you finally hit it. You know what I mean? You're starting to decline, and all of a sudden he dunking on people, racking them up. Actually got them talking about something, and then like it just wasn't enough. Like at the end of the day, like I feel like Russ needs his own team.
Okay, maybe. Listen, I'm not gonna argue that. Like something.
Obviously, Russ and teammates don't go together. Like I'm gonna be real with you. Like he good by himself. Honestly, that year when he won MVP, he balled out of control with it. But like we pair him up with somebody or whatever. And the crazy part is not on the lack of that he's not trying. It's just not his game.
Right.
And I think that's what it boils down to.
I can agree with that. I definitely can agree with that.
Hey, yo, Bob said the only ring Russell's going to get is with the Shanghai Dragons.
Yeah, I gotta put that on the screen. Like, I gotta put that on the screen because that's funny. Yo, man, listen, if you are in here, you can comment. We will definitely throw your comment or your question up on the screen. We are here. This is our new platform. We are definitely using StreamYard to stream our shows now. You will still be able to find the audio version of our shows. Shit. You might not be getting the audio version of this show. I just thought about that. But you definitely get an audio version at some point of these shows, but not this one. This one is just going to be the live shows, and both on Facebook and YouTube, you'll be able to see it there. Our audio version, I got to figure out how to record. I didn't look into that when I was doing that just now. That was my fault. But we're still here. Still a good show. Listen, man, moving right along. You want to talk about Kanye?
What about him?
Everything. We haven't been here in a month of Sundays, my man. So, you know, we got a lot to catch up on. We can talk about the new Donda album that's coming out that's only streaming on his little device. We can talk about him and Kim K. We can talk about it all. Like, we can talk about it all.
I ain't got nothing to say to Kanye. Kanye needs to go ahead and take this L, bro. You lost.
You lost?
It's real simple. You lost, bro.
Listen, I feel it.
It's pretty simple. I ain't got everybody's like, oh, Kanye doing the most. No, Kanye, he took that L. He lost to Pete Davidson of all people.
Listen, sometimes you lose.
Yeah.
Sometimes you lose. I know that speaking firsthand. Sometimes you lose. You know? Sometimes you lose, man. And that's just part of it.
I got a question for you because you love music from Kanye. Why the hell he walking around with a face mask joint on the whole? Like, he don't get hot in there, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why he got that joint on. And he got AB doing it now. That AB walking around with the mask on.
I was like, bro, of all people, you got AB on this thing. That's one thing I don't think we really talked about was the AB thing. For real. How you feel about AB and how that played out?
Yeah, you know what? I just hope AB gets it together and he signs somewhere and he shows that he's still AB.
I don't think that's ever going to be an issue, honestly. Because, man, I think the only person that didn't really get a fair shake after some stuff went down was probably Ray Rice. After Ray Rice's situation, he wasn't seen back in the NFL ever again.
Right.
But after, like, everybody else, I would be for real. I wouldn't be surprised if Henry Ruggs gets another chance in the NFL. And he killed somebody. You know what I'm saying? I feel like everybody hates with a capital H Michael Vick. And Michael Vick got a second chance. After he had a overall 15-year career in the NFL.
Yeah, he got a second chance.
So I feel like AB, like, I hate to say it, but he's a sure-end Hall of Famer over Mike Vick, bro.
Like, he was on. What Bob say? Bring back college dropout Kanye. That man ain't never coming back, bro. I wish we get that guy back, but he ain't never coming back. Is AD done? Listen, I don't know if AD's done or not, man. Listen, AD is Mr. Glass to me. He always hurt.
No, he talking about Adrian Peterson.
Oh, all day. That man's I don't know. That man's a medical mystery. I have no idea if that man's done or not.
No, I'm about to say, Adrian Peterson, he gonna come in whenever he feel like it. Honestly, y'all need a running back. All right, bet. The crazy part, he don't really get a fair shake. He's just there to keep the roster at 53. So that'd be his thing. And he's like an old vet that can still get it done. You know what I'm saying? He's gonna go to a championship contender if they need it and get his ring, and then he gonna retire. He about to pull LaShawn McCoy, hop on the winning team, and get a ring. That's what's about to happen. But yeah. Oh man.
Yeah, man. Listen. What else is there? Oh, we can talk about the lady who didn't get life for killing a man, and she got 24 months. Man, what was her name?
I don't know. I at this point, I'm not even surprised at stuff like that. When I see stuff like, you know what I mean? Like people be outraged and whatever. But I don't even be surprised anymore. It's just crazy. I think somebody tweeted out something though. Forgot who it was, a celebrity or something like that. And they were saying like they did more time than somebody that got tried for murder, something like that. Something like
Right.
that. But it was like at this point, I'm never surprised that I'm surprised when justice is served. That's my biggest surprise. Like, oh, you got 25 years. Oh, snap. It really went down. Like the boy that got gunned down when he was doing the run or whatever. All of them got like dang their life or something like that or something like that or whatever. I was like, oh, snap. They actually about to do some time. Like, that's crazy. But I don't know. I let that one go. Social media can have that one. They can do all the protesting and all that.
I mean, yeah, I definitely agree. I definitely think it should have been over. But you know, it happens. She should have got more time. She didn't. What do you expect in this culture, society? You expect for justice, not for our people.
Hey, I got an exclusive.
What's up?
Got it. I officially got the baddest bottle girl in the business. Her name goes by Twyla.
Congratulations.
Yo, she just refilled my glass, dog.
Yeah, that was a good one. You.
I made it, dog. But yeah, no, I mean, like, yeah. So that was a very interesting case, though. It took a while. It seems like it took forever almost, but
yeah, it definitely did.
I'm not really surprised at this point.
It definitely did. Yeah, so let's talk about what we've been up to since we've been off. You know, let's jump right into it. So let's talk about you. What you been up to?
Whoa.
I'll go last, yo. I'll go last because mine is longer. I'll go last. Mine is longer.
You're right, because mine is definitely short. Mine is pretty simple. I think the last time we was on here, I was telling y'all that we transitioned over to the reserve side of the Army.
Right.
Or whatever, and that process is going. So, you know, this I honestly is going through the process and trying to transition to being a part-time soldier, part-time civilian. Little interesting scenario. You know, there's all the little stuff. Like you don't really, when you look back, you're like, oh wow, the Army does a lot behind the scenes as far as like, I'll tell people all the time like. I ain't got to worry about like my health care. I ain't got to worry about dental. I ain't got to worry about living expenses and all that good stuff. And then like, and now you're on this part-time civilian thing. So I'm in the process of learning different programs or whatever to get in and about to go back to school and all that. So I think that's the biggest thing. It's kind of just preparing for life after that. Taking this podcast to new heights and kind of getting more invested into it or whatever. Wherever we move at, my podcast studio will be on a whole nother level. But you know, I think that's the biggest thing is just like, a lot of people are like, are you scared about being? I was like, I'm not really scared. I ain't been Jamar for a long time, so if anything, I'm looking forward to being back to me. But at the same time, I think it's like I was telling you offline, just transitioning. Right, and you working in a workplace, and it's not gonna be the same dynamic as like your Army people. It's like after you retire, you just sitting there twiddling your thumbs or whatever, and you become that old vet. You know what I mean? Whatever is like. So I think that's the biggest thing. Just the transition and just being able to be like, well, I know where I need to be or whatever. Nobody has to tell me nothing. And if I'm hungry, I can just go to the defect. I ain't got no defect in the real world. So I think that's like a lot of things. However, I'm excited to go home and just. It might sound weird, but I just want to eat like regular people food. Like
you're not eating regular people food now? I'm confused. Like, what are you talking about?
Like regular fast food. Like I miss like the fast food chains from back home and stuff.
Okay.
Little stuff like that. And then like kicking it like with my family or whatever. I think the biggest thing is like a lot of people don't realize the sacrifices that service members take away from the family. So you end up having somebody that's been there for 20 something years. That's a lot of birthday, Christmases, holidays, or whatever you missed. And then next time you go, little John is about like 17. When you left, he was like 2. So it was a lot of stuff like that. You just like you miss. I missed all my brothers growing up. I missed all that over the 10, 11 years I've been there. I missed the key parts of everybody growing. I missed prom. I missed dances, first crushes. I missed all that. So I think like the biggest thing is just like just reconnecting with my family, just like showing up to the family functions or whatever, all that kind of cool stuff that I've always missed or whatever, I would actually be able to do. But also, with the kids, it's been like they've been living in a gated community. You know what I'm saying? Like everybody's so cool, and I'm just glad that the kids got to go overseas. I think that was my biggest thing. I wanted my kids to go overseas while I was in the Army, and it happened. So I think that was the biggest takeaway. Because I'm tired of going overseas, to be honest. I'm done. I'm getting tired of this.
Okay.
It's cool, but after that first or second deployment, you're like, all right, bro. Enough is enough.
When do you actually get out?
My official date is in July.
Okay.
But I'm in the reserve, so I gotta do the whole transition over to them. So I'm gonna be somewhat busy, but not too busy or whatever. But hopefully I got enough lead days so I could, I could take off or whatever.
So did y'all make a decision on where y'all actually living at when y'all come back over?
No, that's to be determined.
Okay. I mean, you got time. It's July. You got time.
Who knows, man? I might mess around living in Idaho. Okay. So like
wow. Idaho though? That's where you went with that?
Yeah, west side of Wyoming. I don't know, man. We'll see.
I hear you.
Shoot, I might be messing around on a farm or something like that. You never know, man.
Oh man. All right. Okay.
Besides that, I've been chilling for real. Oh, side note. Hope y'all staying safe out there because COVID is real.
Yes.
Okay? COVID is real. COVID came and knocked on my door and let itself in. But between Lysol and hand sanitizer, I have prevailed once again. But, good God. But yeah, let's be safe out there. That's another thing I am nervous about the States. So y'all tripping. Y'all really tripping over there in the States. Y'all know how to stop, like, wash your hands and all that. I love these German folks. They don't play with COVID. And COVID come knock at the door, they bolt up. They lock everything down. Y'all say COVID coming. They're like, well, shoot. But anyway, we're about to go to this spring break. Y'all down?
Right.
So I'm like, that's about another big thing. I think is just the whole COVID thing. It's not over yet. So I want to see. That's gonna be an interesting thing too. The good thing is that whatever job I do get, I'm vaccinated, so I got a foot in the door over the next person that don't want to get vaccinated. So
right.
We'll see how it go though. Yeah, that's all. That's pretty much it for me. You got the more interesting stories than I do. You're a storyteller.
Man, I got the interesting stories.
Yeah,
I guess
man.
so. All right, so like I said earlier in the show, like I was going through a lot personally, mentally. I didn't want to do the pod no more. I felt like the pod was part of my destruction of some things that was going on in my life. So I wanted to end the pod. And I didn't tell anybody. I didn't even tell him. So I'm going to state this again. He did not know that I was thinking about ending the pod. I kind of just fell off the face of the earth. I wasn't talking to people. I wasn't taking no one's phone calls. I didn't even take his phone calls for about a week or so. I can't go full details of what is actually going on. Like, I made that a purpose that I won't go fully detailed about what was actually going on. Just know some things that have ended. Some things are changing in my life. Some people are leaving my life. That's just what it is. So everybody who reached out to me during that time, if I didn't call you back, if I didn't reach out to you, I do apologize. I know you were worried about me. I know you were cared about me. Some of the things I wrote on Facebook were very cryptic. It wasn't like I was on here trying to scare people, or that's just where I was mentally. Like I wasn't me. And I do apologize to everybody who reached out, who tried to call me, who tried to come see me, who tried to any way possible make sure that I was okay. I mean, if you look at my Facebook now, and I seem a lot happier. I seem like I'm moving in a different direction, in a different way in my life, and I am. I can say that, and I can say that wholeheartedly, that as much as things have changed, they're not really the same either, and I'm not the same. So this is where we are. The pod is still here. We are podding. This will not be the last episode. Contrary to what some people might have thought today was going to be, it's not. We're back. I'm back. I'm fully invested in this show, our show, because I can't just call it my show. It's our show. I do apologize to you on camera, like I did on the phone, when I said that I was ready to end this thing. I do apologize for that. I was just in a place where I was trying to blame any and everything for what was going on instead of taking the responsibility of my own actions during that time. Listen, to all the people that I hurt, to all the people that cared about me, that loved me, that only cared about my well-being, I apologize to y'all as well. Listen, it was rough, and I didn't know how to come out of it. I mean, I came out of it at some point finally, but I really didn't know at that time how to come out of it. If you guys watched the last episode, I really wasn't into the show like that. I was on here, and I was podding, but I wasn't really my focal point. I had other things I was trying to fix and trying to do, and it just didn't work. But I will say I did miss the show. I missed the comments. I missed people reaching out to me, telling me how we should change things and what we should and shouldn't do on the show, what we should and shouldn't talk about. Listen, we're never changing our format. I just want y'all to understand that. Like, this is our format. This is how we like to pod. This is what we do. And we love y'all for watching it. Now, we will take your questions, your comments, your topics. We'll use all that. But how we talk on the show, how we do our stuff, and it's just how we do it. Man, I didn't think this was going to be a long show today. I knew it was going to be short because I knew it was about me talking and me running my mouth a little bit today. I mean, questions, concerns. I mean, I know you got some questions you wanted to ask me. You said that offline, so we here. Ask away. I'll answer what I can answer, and the stuff I can't answer, you know I can't. You know why I can't answer.
I mean,
we had this conversation. You said you had some stuff you wanted to ask me on camera. We're here. Let's go. Like, I'm here for it. I am here for it.
So you kind of already answered the big one for me. Oh, I'll tell you this. One question I have is, why didn't you let me know that you wanted to cancel the show?
Because I didn't want to hear your reaction, to be real. Like, I didn't want to hear you tell me we shouldn't do it. I didn't want to hear you tell me that I was being an asshole about it, all that. I didn't want to hear none of that. Because I knew what your response was going to be. Like, I knew your response was going to be something like, you tripping. Why you basing it off of that? Like, I knew where your response was going to be, and I didn't want to hear that. I just didn't want to hear that.
I think I got my answer. I think that was the big. the biggest thing, and like I told you, like offline, I'm all about everybody getting their personal space. Well, we all deal with everything different. That was the thing. But I think the biggest thing, the biggest lesson learned out of all this is just like you tell your employer or like the people that you work with that for me, if I needed to take it, I call it taking a knee. If I need to take a knee or whatever, I let my people know or whatever. I think that was the biggest thing. It's all about communication. I think between that and the people that do watch or whatever and tune in, hey, look, because I didn't know until we stopped that people actually are waiting for us to pod. Like, I didn't think people paid attention that much, to be honest.
They pay attention.
So when people are like, "Hey, what's up with the podcast?" and I was like, "I don't know. Like, I'm here. Like, It ain't nothing for me to pop up with this laptop and set up my microphone." I said, but I was like, I feel like Ray's going through something, whatever. So I was like, I'm gonna let him handle whatever. Whenever he's free, he go and hit me up. That's usually how it works. So me personally. It wasn't the fact that I didn't know you were going in that direction. I didn't know you needed space. So that's where my head was at. Like, I know you need space. I'm not gonna bug you about something little in my minuscule as something like, hey, let's do this podcast or whatever. Because some people, just like when you're grieving over someone, everybody grieves different. Everybody goes through stuff different. So I'm like, hey, me personally, I need to be like, if I'm going through something, I need everybody like to help me to get my mind off of it. We'll just talk sports. We can just get my mind, talk about anything else except what I'm going through. So I think that I was like, while you're doing your thing, granted, I was going through stuff too, but it wasn't on the scale as what you were going through. So I was like, I kind of had to take a sit back, and I think that was the biggest thing, the whole lesson I learned over it. So yeah, that was it. Bro. That was the only question I had. I just was like, why didn't you hit me up? It's like, hey, look, we might be do the whole farewell tour thing. I can Kobe Bryant.
Yeah, I was there, and I wasn't. And again, like, I wasn't even all the way sure if that's what I really wanted to do either. Like, I'm gonna be honest, like, I was there, but I wasn't 100% positive if I really wanted to cancel it. Like, it was like I was 50-50. Like, I was 50-50 in, 50-50 out. So I was more so like, all right, we got the show. I love doing the show. I love the conversation. I love the conversations that we have on the show. And then I was like, what I got going on, how can I really do the show when what I got going on is going on and it's affecting what I got going on? So when I realized what I had going on was really over and it was done, I was like, all right, do I still really want to cancel the show or do I want to still do the show?
Right.
And a big part of me was like, yo, I still want to do the show. Like, I still want to do it because it wasn't going to change what was going on outside of if I did or didn't do it. So I just was like, hey, let's not cancel it. Let's not close it down. Let's keep it going. And let's see if we can go bigger and better. Let's see if we can get it out here more. So, you know, we talked about this StreamYard thing. We talked about a couple other things, putting them things in place, like today doing this on StreamYard. First time going dual live on both platforms. You know, that's the evolution of the show for us. Like, us being able to go live on both platforms.
Yep.
And talk our talk and have a good time. And we could bring guests on. We can have people commenting now and talk about their comments while they're commenting. And that's what we're here for, man. We're here to have intelligent conversations, you know. So you got two good fathers, good men on this show trying to have real conversations. And that's just where we at. Listen, man, to the people who really know what's going on in my life, yo, I thank y'all for sticking by my side. It was a lot. I was going through some things. I was trying to deal with some things and I wasn't dealing with them in the right way. And I truly, genuinely thank y'all for not turning your back on me or not giving up hope on me. I don't really have too much else to say about this. Like, because if I do, then I feel like I'm going to say some shit that I shouldn't say. So try not to say some shit that
I'm about to say real quick, you know what I'm saying? Because I don't know if this is going to be the last episode before the end of Black History Month. Probably will be, though. So I wanted to say, though, who's your, like, the one person in Black history that is the most influential to you?
Most influential person in Black history to me. I'm always going to go with Dr. King. I think Dr. King is the most influential Black person there is. I think Dr. King is.
I would have respected that answer if we were in the third grade, but I really can't because I feel like that's everybody's cop out. So I'm gonna need you to dig a little bit deeper and use that great city of Philadelphia education system. You know what I mean, and come up with a better answer.
I mean, you asked me who I thought was most influential.
Like,
yeah,
you're right.
You asked me who I thought. I mean, like, are you asking me who I think is my personal most influential person? Like,
your personal most influential.
I mean, for me personally, it'd probably be my pop.
Why?
For all that he's been through, like you can pull, like, for anybody that knows, my dad served in the military. He was one of the first Black men to serve under Air America during the Vietnam War. And there's articles written all about him as well. He is a helicopter. He was one of few Black helicopter repairmen, and for what he endured in his time in the military and what he endured in his life, most influential to me. Like, dude is a walking testament of what persevering and never giving up really means. Like, he has no problem telling you about his disabilities. He has no problem, but you wouldn't know that he had disabilities by looking at him and talking to him. Like, you wouldn't know it at all, but he does, and he lives with it every day. And that's my inspiration. He was my inspiration as a kid. He's my inspiration now. Even with everything I was going through, probably the one person I could look at and say, yo, he got up every day, didn't question anything, doesn't question life. He lives his life to the fullest, and he's just who he is. So yeah, that is if you're asking me personally, who's my most influential person in Black history, it's my own dad. It's my father, Reginald Boston Sr. Yeah, it's him.
Shout out to Big Reg.
You, sir, who's yours?
Man, I ain't gonna lie, it's tough because I'm an African American history guru, but I can go, man. I think the biggest one for me, hands down, had to be Barack Obama. To be honest. I think that was the biggest one. Because
now that's everybody's new cop out is Barack, but keep going.
Nah, so hear me out though. Hear me out because I can go with W.E.B. Du Bois. I can go with Booker T. I can go with Marcus Garvey, right? You know what I'm saying? I can go with a whole lot of people. The Tuskegee Airmen. I go through a lot of people that, man, that's a lot of people that I was like, yo, they had to go through. People in sports. You got the Bill Russells. You got the bull that was that came after Jim Brown that died. They made a movie about him or whatever. Jim Brown. I mean, just a whole lot of people. Shoot, to remember the time. It's so many movies. The people that were on Selma. Man, it's, like I said, it's a lot of people. But the only reason why I personally say Barack Obama because for me growing up, to be the most successful, there was always be a rapper, be a recording artist, or it was like come into some money. You know what I mean? Like be a successful lawyer, own your own business, or something like that. It was something small, or not something small, but something very common. But being the president was never one of those, ever. Hell,
Mhm.
Chris Rock made head of state as a what if a black person would become the president type thing. It was always like a joke. I seen it in Steve Harvey made a little joke about it. Cedric the Entertainer used to make jokes about it, but it was never taken seriously. Like black people and the president was never going to happen. It wasn't until you start in 08 when he started campaigning or whatever, like, oh, he really about to run. And I'm like, nah, like, look, it was a good run. You tried it, you know what I mean? But it's not your time. It ain't gonna happen or whatever. Then you started hearing like, oh snap, like he might actually win this thing. And you're like, oh wow, okay. Like then when he does win, it's like, so now anything for me is possible. Because he got elected when I was in high school.
Right.
So for me, it was like, oh, okay, well, I can actually do this whole politics thing if I wanted to, because Barack already laid the foundation. Now you have people, oh man, his name is escaping me right now, but he used to work with the SNCC, Student Nonviolent Coordinator Community, with Dr. King. Good Trouble. He just passed away not too long ago. He was a congressman, John Lewis.
Okay.
So John Lewis did the politics thing or
Yes,
whatever.
John Lewis.
And you're like, all right, well, you make it to Congress. A lot of black people made it to Congress, but a lot of black people become mayors. A lot of people have become aldermen, but it's never, like I said, never nobody becomes the president. Now you're a black man being the most successful person, on the most powerful person in the world. Yeah, I think that was like my biggest takeaway. And he won 2 terms. So now you mean something I could do 8 years in the White House? So I think for me, I think that was like in me growing up, that was like one of the things I was like, ain't no excuse if I don't make it, because Barack did it. Yeah, he was just a little pothead from the west side of Chicago. So that so happened to go to law school. So I think that was the biggest takeaway for me would probably be Barack Obama. Now, as a kid, he used to always be Dr. King. Because I used to like, I wish at one point I could get to this whole nonviolent thing, because I was on my Malcolm X for a long time. I was all by any means necessary. What's happening? Y'all trying to square up? That's what we're doing. But I just like I was telling the kids the other day. I was like, could you imagine somebody haul off and hawks like spitting in your face, spitting on you? Like you're expected to do nothing in that day and age. If you did something, that was literally the death sentence for you. Like Emmett Till whistled at somebody. Can you imagine if we would have slid in a white girl DM and next thing you know we getting killed for it?
Yeah, that's
like,
crazy.
That's like to put it in today's term. That's what happened. So, but I think another black person I honestly looked up to was Martin Lawrence. I think he's another person that I kind of looked up to. He was. It's crazy because everybody's like, "What?" Everybody, you didn't look at the film? Not really. I always thought Martin was more down to earth than Will Smith. I couldn't relate to the whole going to Bel Air thing, and he was funny, but
The
Martin
whole
was
going to Bel Air thing.
Yeah, it wasn't like, don't get me wrong, I love Fresh Prince, I do, but like Martin was like that dude that was just like, he was ghetto, he was trying to make it, he was funny. Yeah, Hustle Man, one of my favorite characters of all time. Hustle Man, like it was like being in the hood or whatever.
So did you hear that they probably bringing Martin back to BET Plus? They're doing a new Martin show on BET Plus.
Yeah, I heard it.
With Martin?
Listen, I'll say this because the new Fresh Prince joint, I heard it's pretty decent. I ain't watched it yet.
Oh, you need to watch it. It's fucking good. It's good. It's really good.
So everybody was saying that, you know what I'm saying, it's decent.
But see, it's different. It's not like it's not the comedy. It's not the comedy.
So shout out to my boy Willie. You know what I'm saying? One of the hosts of the Good Noodles podcast. He hit me up on some random stuff. Was like, you seen the new Fresh Prince? I was like, nah, is it straight? He was like, yeah, it's modern or whatever. And then I asked a few people that are like, I know are Fresh Prince fans, and they were like, we'll actually sign off on this. Like they actually did their homework or
Yeah,
whatever.
it's not I'm getting text messages of they're popping up on my screen, so it's hilarious. It's not the comedy. So Hillary's not an airhead. Jeffrey ain't really a butler. It's more modern day. It's a drama. So you got real life issues, like the real life stuff that happened that was supposed to have happened on the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. On Bel-Air, they're really happening. Like it's a real drama. So you gotta take the comedy out of it to understand this show, because a lot of people was looking for the comedy and the jokes from Will. Yeah, this Will tells jokes, but he more serious than how Fresh Prince was.
No, I get that.
And that's why it's not called the Fresh Prince of Bel-Air.
Yeah, I get that. That's why I said like I'm gonna actually tune in and see what's popping. But I was just taken back of it all. I was just like, I didn't think it would be a success because you do a remake of a classic. It's just like, hold up.
But the thing is it really a remake of the classic? See, and that's where a lot of people are getting that confused. That I don't think it's not a remake of the classic just because the characters are totally different.
Well, I would say it is a remake, but it's more of a 2022 remake. Like you put it into now. So like back then, there was a lot. They were still with CD players back then, Walkmans and stuff. Not trying to be funny, but that was a big vibe back then. Like you were balling if you had a CD player. Now, bro, we talking about Spotify, iTunes. You got all these streaming. Like, so I heard it's real more modern and like you said, to issues that we can like, oh, this you can kind of deal with. Like, oh, okay, that makes a lot of sense. So that part, yeah, they just took the characters' names and just gave them different roles to fit today. Everybody,
yeah, because listen, Jeffrey,
look, I heard Carlton do crack. Is that true?
Yeah.
Oh shit!
He snorting lines and everything on the joint, bro. Yeah, wow. Hey, listen, he ain't the square that he was on
That's exactly what I seen. It was like Carlton ain't the same square. He a boss on
on the low. Bel-Air, he the boss. Like
I was like,
he got the white people wrapped around his finger and everything. Like he that boy. Like listen, he that boy. I mean, he do some nutty shit to Will, but Will hold his own too. So like this Will, I actually like it's not Fresh Prince Will. It's not the Will that we grew up on. This Will got some swag with him. You could tell he from Philly. Like he got a whole Philly swag, Philly attitude. It's all there.
Hey, side note, I don't like. He is from Philly. You're right. He is from Philly. The boy is from Philly.
Mm-hmm.
But it was so funny because somebody posted on Facebook. They were like, "I don't like the fact that how Philly people." Oh no, I don't like the people trying to imitate Philly people.
Right.
I was like, wait, hold up. He is Philly, but he is Hollywood.
Right.
So now you gotta see, like it's like Will now. Like Will's from Philly, but Will's definitely Hollywood until you talk to him. You're like, oh, wait a minute, there you go. There you go.
Yeah, man. Listen, it's definitely a good show. I saw the reports the other day about the Martin remake. Well, not remake.
I know they have a reunion. A reunion.
They having a reunion, but
ain't gonna lie. Ain't no Tommy though.
Right. So that's what I'm about to say. So the cast for this show is everybody but Tommy. But they got somebody else playing his not his part. They're actually going to talk about him. From what I understand, they're going to talk about him dying on the show.
Yeah.
And that's kind of how it's going to bring the show back. Is him passing away, and then they're going to have somebody else fill his role. Well, fill his spot.
So yeah, I heard the remake, but I was like, Tommy though, like everybody know. What's one thing you know about Tommy? Tommy ain't got no damn job, bro. Like, so, like,
ain't got no job.
He was like that stupid laugh, like, bro. Like, I used to laugh like Tommy. You know what I mean? Like, it's a lot that like Tommy was probably one of my favorite characters outside of Hustle. Like Hustle Man was hands down was my favorite character off that show. Like Shanae, you had Jerome. Everybody loved Jerome. Jerome was cool, but Hustle Man, Tracy Morgan, legit played that role to a T.
Hustle Man was the boy. Hustle Man was one of the best characters on the show.
Best character on the show, man. I was like, yo, they need to bring him back on the. I hope he's on the reunion joint. I can't wait to watch that. Cause that's a reunion. I was excited about the Fresh Prince joint because I want to see the two Aunt Vivs get together.
Right.
But I want to see everybody come back, and then I know Martin and Tina. Tina, whatever her name is, and what's her name?
Tisha Campbell.
Tisha Campbell. How they all hashed it out and they good or whatever. But
right.
I want them to talk about what happened because the way that show ended was
They can't. From the NDAs they all signed, they can't because of the lawsuit that Tisha Campbell took out against Martin. That's why the show ended the way it did. She disappeared off the show.
Yeah, I was about to say. I was just like, I felt like they don't have to go into detail. I just want them to know, like, hey, the show, how the way the show ended, how awkward the shit was. Yeah. Like people were it was a teachers remember Martin and Gina were on opposite ends of the world for a little bit.
Right.
That they never did a scene together.
Right. They wasn't allowed to.
Yeah.
They wasn't allowed to because of the lawsuit that she had taken out. Because she had, I believe the lawsuit was like some type of sexual harassment lawsuit against Martin at the time. Or some type of harassment. Mm-hmm. And she had taken out that lawsuit. So when they did the last episodes of the show, they made them in different cities on purpose, and they always missed each other.
Mm-hmm.
So, hey, man, but I can't wait to see that. I think that's going to be pretty good. So let's talk about Power. And then we probably end this show there. Like, we'll probably end today's show there. Let's talk. You been watching Power at all?
Not Tommy, not Force.
You ain't watched 4? What the fuck are you doing, dog? Like, we 3 episodes in.
Hey, I ain't gonna lie. I don't know. Like, I had to take a break from Power, because the last Power kind of messed me up.
What, Tyreek joint?
Yeah, that joint was crazy, bro. Like,
what you mean? It ended the way it was supposed to.
Lauren,
let's talk about it. We haven't been on the show, so let's talk about it. Let's talk about Ghost. We'll talk about Power Ghost, the Tyreek show. My thoughts. Lauren had to die. Sorry to tell you. Yeah, she had to die. I'm with Effie. She had to die. She snitched. She had to die. Listen, you wore the wire. You was about to get on the stand. Milgram had to die too.
No.
Milgram had to die.
Milgram had to die from the first. Like, Milgram was overdue. Okay.
She was.
I was like, bruh.
She was.
I want to talk about Diana.
Diana's a goat.
No, she's not. See what's wrong with y'all. You are Aries, so you probably understand where she's coming from. Because she had no business putting on. Like, you really gonna tell that man he's not really. He's really 23.
Yes. Stop lying to that man.
Bro, no, you're not supposed to do it at the dinner table. I'm
yes,
tired. I'm so glad somebody posted. You ain't supposed to do stuff like that at the dinner table.
Why not?
Pull somebody aside.
We all there.
Diana had beef for her mom, so she needed to come at her mom one-on-one. Don't try to make it.
Because everybody at the table had their own beefs with everybody, and all that shit.
I can't tell Diana with nothing.
Listen, Diana went for the throat. She went for the checkmate.
And now look, now she looking stupid.
Why she looking stupid?
And now she working for Poppy, and then Poppy done killed Zeke.
Oh yeah, that was wild. That was wild that he killed Zeke though.
The crazy part is, I can't wait till the next season. I always want to see his face every time the phone rings.
Listen, when the TV come on, when the phone ring, I just want to see his face.
That I ain't gonna lie. Shout out to Monet because I didn't think Miss Tejada could pull out that kill.
Oh, I did.
I didn't think she was about it though.
I knew she was about it. She the only one I thought was really about it.
Nah, because like I think we all knew as viewers what the original plan was. You know what I mean? Like, hey, like, so, but I didn't think for some odd reason I just felt like she wasn't going to have the strength to pull it off at the end of the day. Like, I just seen like something was going to happen. She wasn't going to be able to pull it off or whatever. But what we need to talk about for real, how Tariq's side like really out here moving like a boss though.
He's moving like his daddy. I've been saying this from the beginning, man. He is his daddy child. Listen, I didn't like Tariq. I didn't think Tariq was a good character on Power. I thought Tariq was very selfish and he was bullshit. I thought he was bullshit. But on Ghost, he took everything he learned and he's really his daddy child. Like he really is Ghost. Like he's Ghost for it. Like he's Ghost. And I get it. The way he moving.
Without no car.
Listen, and the young boy Brayton, that's my guy. Brayton, my guy. Brayton got on the stand, was like, y'all can't lock me up for the murders, but here you go. It's my business. I run it. I sell the drugs. It's my thing. What you gonna do?
But I ain't gonna lie. I figured that was going to happen. Like I
wasn't sure. I wasn't sure at first.
I didn't think Braden was going to fold just because like, if he folded after all this time of loyalty shown to Tariq, then that's some bad script writing. Like you think about it.
So here's why I thought he was going to fold. I thought he was going to fold because of what Tariq did with that picture that's coming out about his pop in the councilman bowl, the senator bowl.
Yeah.
So I thought he was going to fold because of that. Like I thought he was going to get Tariq back in that way. Like, yo, I told you not to do this. You did this shit, so I'm doing this shit.
Brayden's life was on the line. Remember, because Kane had threatened him.
Oh yeah, Kane definitely threatened him. Yeah, but
so like now, like you kind of push into that. I'm just going to shut up and dribble. Like, you know what I mean? Like, hey, look.
But I knew when Chase wasn't going on the stand, it was Brayden. That's when I knew Brayden wasn't folding.
Yeah. Absolutely.
But yeah, once he walked in the court, because when they kept saying that Chase was going on the stand, I'm like, Chase is going to fold like a wet paper or a wet napkin. And
no, I'm about to say, I knew if Chase was on the stand, I was like, dang, bro, I got to put money in my dog to read books. That's
right. Because that nigga going away for life.
Bro, and you got the traffic, you got the cab joint and everything. I'm like, yeah, you're going to jail, buddy. But I knew everything was going to like kind of crumble after like Milgram, whatever her name, Milgram, when she died or whatever. Everything kind of started. I was like, yeah, nah.
Oh, listen. I thought Zeke was going to kill himself when they told him, when they showed him the picture of Monet driving away. I thought that nigga was going to kill himself.
But I think, like, too, like, when he lied, remember he lied in the police.
Yeah, he lied in the police.
So when he lied to her, when he lied to him, whatever, like, yeah, like, she was going to pick me up, blah, blah, blah. I kind of figured, like, he knew at this point, like, he's all about confrontation. He got that new, he's 23 years old now. You know what I mean? when he was 18.
Like, nigga knew he wasn't playing basketball no more. That's what he definitely knew.
Bro, so he was like, why not? His dad done gave him a car, private jet.
Right. I'm out.
I ain't gonna lie. I didn't like the way he I don't like the way he died, though. I ain't gonna lie.
I don't like the way he died either. Like, I ain't like the way he died. Like, I thought that was kind of nutty that the boy shot him in the back like that, thinking he was his pop or whatever. Like,
I ain't gonna lie. I thought he survived, though.
I did too. I originally thought he survived.
I thought he survived when they were like, when he shot him and then like people were calling out, whatever. He's like, right. Like, okay, he's still alive or whatever. But then when they called, I was like, dang.
Yeah, that was bad. That was bad.
But hey, can you imagine to find out that you older than what you really is?
Nigga, you 5 years older than what you really is. Let's talk about how the fuck do you tell a 5-year-old that he ain't 5? Like, help me understand. Listen, I'm trying to figure this part out. That's the part I'm trying to figure. How the fuck you tell him he not 5 years older than what he is? Like, that's the part I want to understand.
Nigga was 10 in kindergarten, dog.
Bro, again, somebody help me understand where they came up with this shit at, and that they got away.
Nigga was going through, like, it's crazy because like when we started doing the math, you know, Facebook got with it. They started doing math and stuff, and I was like, Bro, that don't make sense at all. Like you mean
None of it does.
You go through puberty at like second grade, like it's not adding up.
No, wasn't adding up. Wasn't adding up for me. Like listen, that was the part that just did not add up for me. Man, listen, I don't even know. Like that show, I like the show though. I think it's a very good show. Since you haven't watched Tommy, I can't talk to you about Tommy. Like, but it's a good show. Like Tommy is definitely Tommy still.
I believe So what I've heard, it's a really good show. I'm gonna get into it. Watch, catch up or whatever. I was just like, I invested. We gotta think. I went from BMF
right
to this, and now you're talking about going to Power. I gotta take a break. Hold up, wait.
No, ain't no breaks. Ain't no breaks. We right into it because Kanan next. Kanan come back next. And I can't wait. Season 2 of Kanan, I can't wait for.
Hey, you know, Raising Kanan, whoa.
I can't wait.
I ain't gonna lie. I need BMF back. Hurry up. Like
I think that's the summer. That's the summer. BMF is the summer.
Hurry up, because that is my show.
Yeah, BMF is the summer. BMF is the summer, I think. I think it goes from Tommy to Kanan to BMF back to Ghost. And that's gonna be the cycle from now on.
I think I like BMF just because I remember growing up in the early 2000s.
Right, everybody remember BMF. Like everybody, everybody remember BMF
music videos and
everybody remember Big Meech.
Yeah, I'm about to say, look, everybody swear about Big Meech. So
right, so that the stories, that the real stories coming out. It's like, yeah, like you are invested in it.
On Facebook, they're like, all the 90s baby love BMF just because they remember what it was like looking at a music video. I was like, yeah, facts. I remember we used to make the little Black Mafia chains or whatever. We used to put them, man, what?
Yeah, listen. I got it. Like I said, it's a great show. It's telling the stories of that time.
That show was wild. But now Raising Kanan, though, it teaches me a lot. I just need to see a young Ghost. And they could throw a young Ghost in there.
At some point, they are. I don't think Ghost comes into play until Kanan becomes an adult. Because Kanan is Ghost's old head. So I don't think it's until Kanan starts his own crew where Ghost and Tommy come in at, because they were part of Kanan's crew.
Yeah.
So, because remember, he used to say that. He used to be like, I put you little niggas on, and then you little niggas got me locked up.
Mm-hmm.
So, we'll see. We'll see where that goes. But listen, Ghost, Tariq show? Listen, man, I'm all for it. Like that joint tough. Like that, listen.
I just want Ghost to come back. I ain't gonna lie.
He's not coming back. He's dead.
Is he though?
Don't tell me you one of them people.
I am.
Come on, man. He's dead. He died. Reek shot him. It's over. Even though I will say this, and I'll say this because I had that theory too. Remember when Reek had his dream in the classroom?
Bro, right.
Everybody was there but Ghost. Everybody that he had something to do with their death was there but Ghost.
That's the first thing I said. I'm like, so why wasn't Ghost being a ghost in the dream? Like
so that's where. So again, I get where everybody's coming from with this. Like that was the thought I had too. Like everybody was there. Everybody's deaf when he played a part.
His dumb ass was in there, like, bro,
right? Because his mama shot Lakeisha for him.
Did she though?
She shot Lakeisha just to shoot Lakeisha. To be honest,
See, now you would be. I'm about to say because everybody knows Tasha was trying to make her mark. As some like,
yo, but I like what Reek did for his little sister, getting her back with Tasha. I like that, even though I understand what Tasha was feeding that little girl with some broccoli and some onion rings or French fries or whatever the fuck that was.
You know when you find the same size of those spaghetti noodles. Like I ain't never seen spaghetti noodles that big.
I ain't never seen them either.
Man, me and Tia watching that, I was like, man, look.
Listen. But I was happy that he made that happen and that he was in the car and got to see it. Even though he couldn't roll his window down and get out and say hi, but he was able to do that. I was happy he was able to do that for his little sister. That was the best thing that could have happened for his little sister. I don't think him trying to raise his little sister was a good thing. She might have ended up dead. Sorry to say that, but if Reek had anything to do, she probably is going to end up dead because he's going to fuck up at some point.
I gotta say though, she was the most decked out person in foster care that I ever seen.
Well, you know, she come from millions and millions of dollars.
Yeah, but you in foster care, you supposed to be struggling. You out here in Burberry, like
Nah, she wasn't struggling.
admit it.
Everybody else was struggling. She wasn't struggling.
I was like, man, I don't want to hear nothing. But yeah, it was a good show. I'm looking forward to it. 50 Cent doing his thing though. He doing his thing.
Yeah, 50 definitely is winning. Can we talk about the halftime show real quick? Because we didn't talk about that. Can we talk about the halftime show? I know we trying to get out of here, but
I did talk about the halftime show.
No, we didn't.
Yes, I did.
You talked about it. I didn't say anything.
Go ahead, Reggie.
Yeah, you talked 32 seconds on the halftime show. That deserved more time. That little bit of
the halftime show was 32 seconds. So
the fucking wasn't. It was fucking 18 minutes long. Let's keep it a beat. It was 18 minutes.
What?
That's what it was. It was 18 minutes.
I got a video on YouTube right now, and the halftime show was 12 minutes. So come again with this 18 minutes.
It was 18 minutes. It was 18 minutes. That's the official start end time of it is 18 minutes, including all the extra stuff that happened before, like when they were showing them building LA, and then they at the end where they showed them shooting the fireworks and all that, and showing the map of LA and all that. Is 18 minutes long. That's the official time. Now the actual part of them performing is only like 12 minutes, and that was probably one of the shortest ones ever for a halftime show because Beyonce got damn near 30 minutes by herself. So, but you know, I digress on that because it's Beyonce, it's the queen, and she gets it whatever time she wants. So, but I definitely liked it. I thought, seeing Snoop and Dre, I really only needed to see them two. Like, I didn't need to see nobody else. Upside Down 50, listen, dog, like, you too fat to be upside down, bro. Like, you my guy, but you didn't, I understand you was paying tribute to your first song. I got it. And everybody did a Dre song. So that was the thing that I thought was really cool, was that everybody did a song that Dre produced for them.
Yeah.
So that was the best part. Kendrick with the Golden Lords out there. He had the Golden Lords dancing in the front. I thought that was dope. I mean, K-Dot just showed us why he's depriving the world of his music, though. Like he can't keep depriving us of his music. Like he got to give us an album. K-Dot had, listen, Kung Fu Kitty got to give us an album. Like I'm done waiting. It's got to happen now. Like you got to give us something.
So I'll tell you this though. Dre versus Jay-Z in the verses, who you got? Because Dre just showed everybody that he's on Jay-Z level, bro.
But you know the song, but you know when it's still Dre, he did, Jay-Z wrote.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
He wrote him and Snoop's parts. He wrote both of their parts.
I will say that. I'll be the first one to admit. I didn't know Jay-Z wrote that song. So when it came out, that Jay-Z, remember it was like Jay-Z was jamming to the song or whatever.
Right.
Like Jay-Z was jamming to a song that he wrote. And I had to look it up. Like,
he's the writer.
So I was like, but I was like, so I will say, like, on the producer standpoint, like, so is it just Dre, and Jay? Like, I don't know who else is touching like that, because to me, I feel like Dre is really on some other. He could bring stuff from back from his catalog, from anything from Tupac joint. You know what I mean? Like he all over the place. So,
my guy Terrence, thanks for tuning in, bro. Thanks for tuning in.
It's wild to me. Like it's just crazy. It's crazy when it comes to this like whole on a producer standpoint. Like, who's the greatest producer of all time?
Well, so in the producer side of it, I'm looking at if it's anybody to go against Dre, it would either have to be Pharrell or it had to be Kanye. It's only them or Timbaland. It's really only them three that could go against him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I know it's a different genre of music, but the best producer of all time to me is always going to be Berry Gordy, and nobody can touch Mr. Berry Gordy. I know it's a different genre, but at the same time, like Berry Gordy is Berry Gordy. Like, ain't nobody. Who really touching Berry? Like he's for real, the best producer of all time when you look at it. Now, when it comes to rap music, I feel like it's a little bit of a different story, but
Listen,
the best producer.
You got 5 super producers, 5 guys who are really super producers. That's Dre, that's the Neptunes, that's Timbaland, that's Swiss, that's Kanye. They're the 5 supers.
That's in rap music.
Yeah, in rap music. They're the 5 supers. They're the 5 supers. Like, there's nobody more super than them 5, man. Them 5, that's the super guy. Yo, listen, you get a song from any one of them guys, you got a hit. It's an automatic hit. I don't care what you say.
Now, I will say this though. Some people down there at Quality Control putting out some hits though.
Oh, they coming. They coming.
I feel like, you know what I'm saying, that you got the people like Metro.
Metro's nice.
Metro, like I was saying, that's a lot of people out there that I feel like are going to be. I like the people, whoever is in charge of Quality Control. I don't know who's in charge of it, but anybody, you go to sign the Quality Control, you're coming out with somebody's hit. Like that's what I look at.
Yeah, so, absolutely.
So I agree though, when it comes to like producing wise, yeah, you know what I'm saying? I always say to me, it's a top. That's why Timbaland and Swiss made like this verses, because like off the top of my head, you like, hey, look, but we're talking about producer wise, then I gotta go with L.A. Reid. Of all time, I gotta go with L.A. Reid. He found some of the craziest people, like him, got with Babyface. You know what I'm saying? Then you got Jimmy Jazz. You know what I mean? Like, so, but me, I'm biased. I'm old school. So I've always, anybody that came through Motown. Anybody. Listen, I could have been through Motown, and the next thing you know, I'm going to duet with Smokey Robinson. Like, so, I don't know. Dre
showed that if he go into a versus, somebody got to come heavy. Like, you can't walk in that joint light in the pants. Like, you got to be a heavyweight to walk in the ring with him. Like, you got to be a heavyweight to walk in that ring.
All I know is the first time he put that Tupac on, I want to know who's coming next. That's all. One thing is you hit with because what Dre gonna hit y'all with is that 90s music. So who coming with that 90s music that's banging right now? That's the biggest thing.
My man said Rodney Jenkins.
So that's my biggest thing. I'm like, yo, like who coming in with them big? Because Dre is 90s. When you think of Dre, you think 90s. Anything that's 90s. So if I'm thinking,
I was mad we didn't get the Tupac hologram. That's all I'm mad about. We didn't get the Tupac hologram. I wanted the Tupac hologram, bro. I wanted the Tupac hologram. I was going to lose my shit.
My mind.
Tupac hologram, I lost my mind.
Tupac on the West Coast, lost it.
I lost it. Like when I heard that when he started the "I Ain't Mad at You" on the keyboards, I was looking for the Tupac hologram, bro. It was supposed to come up. He was supposed to rise, and I was about to go off. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying. Like it didn't happen, but you know, I love how Facebook and social media and the internet just destroyed that. It was like getting the Pawn Boss guys. It was like, oh, you want a Tupac hologram? Best I can do is upside down 50. But, you know, upside down 50 wasn't bad, man. Listen, 50 came and did 50. And I ain't mad at him.
I ain't gonna lie. Eminem need to go ahead and have a versus real quick.
Well, that's the talk. It's him and T.I.
T.I. about to eat his ass up. Hey, T.I. about to eat his ass up. I don't even know why he did that.
That's what Dre threw out there. T.I. versus Eminem, and T.I. said he accept. He was like, if he with it, I'm with it.
T.I. about to, boy.
Because you know T.I. been wanting verses with anybody anyway, so he been wanting verses for a minute.
Because everybody sleep on T.I.
Yeah, everybody sleeps on T.I.
Everybody sleeps on. Look,
20 songs.
Y'all forgot.
So did you watch the R&B verses? Because I didn't watch it, but I heard a lot about it. You didn't watch Music and Anthony Hamilton? So I heard Music won, but I heard he didn't do his songs the original, like in the original, like he sped some of the songs up. It was like he wasn't trying to sing. People say Anthony Hamilton is a better singer. So I heard it, but I didn't watch it. So I didn't watch it at all. So I can't really comment on it because I didn't watch it and I didn't.
I'm biased, So like when I went to Charlotte, it's all about Anthony Hamilton. He's a Charlotte, North Carolina native.
Mm-hmm.
So I actually got to see him a lot more in Charlotte. He's very active in the city of Charlotte. He'll pop out of church and he'll do like a little open mic joint. One of the people that I was playing the drums and he was playing the piano, he actually toured with Anthony Hamilton and the Hamiltones. So like, and we all like, I follow him on social media and all that good stuff. Music is like the first person I used to put on my little burn CDs. So he goes to like my old school vibe. So it was kind of crazy. I don't know. I've seen people say Music won. I also seen people say Anthony won. So
Oh yeah. No, I seen a lot of people say Music won. I saw a lot of people say Music mopped the floor with him. And then I heard people say like, no, Anthony Hamilton should have won because he was really singing and Music wasn't singing. And I mean, I don't know. I didn't watch it. I chose not to watch it. I wasn't a fan. Did you watch the T-Mac versus AI versus?
I did.
Who do you think won that? I watched that too, so I want to know who you think you won.
I don't know. It was a tie.
It's a tie? I got AI by 2. Got AI by 2.
T-Mac blocked Shaq.
AI crossed over MJ.
Here's the thing. So this is what I was telling people. It's some of the stuff that we like. I'm always about like the highlights that don't get shown.
Mm-hmm.
We all seen the crossover with MJ.
But I seen the Shaq block. I saw the Shaq block as a highlight. That was all that.
So I'm saying like my thing is like that's why I said at the time. I was like it was some things in the AI package that I was like I don't really remember that one. I might have seen it once. But it was a lot from AI I seen. T-Mac highlights don't get shown like that.
Right.
So it was a lot to me. I was like, okay, yeah, okay. It's kind of up there or whatever. To me, that crossover by T. Lou, that's not really a crossover. T. Lou fell. He stepped over Big Whoop. Like, bro,
that's because you're a Lakers fan. Don't diminish the moment. It's in the finals. It's game 1. That was a bucket. That was a major bucket at that moment.
Yeah, it was a nice highlight of the whole series.
He stepped
because
over
the floor with the Sixers.
Listen, and he stepped over T. Lou like he was nothing. So yes,
even AI was like he don't even like that highlight.
He doesn't like the highlight because him and T. Lou are friends. That's why he doesn't like the highlight. That's his guy. I understand it. That's his guy. He doesn't like the highlight because that's his guy.
All right, so my thing is if I cross you over, right? First of all, all he did was step back. Tyronn Lue falls.
Who fought he touched earth? That's his fault he touched earth, right?
He got it because he crossed him over. Like everybody make it seem like he crossed him over, he fell. If you look at it, you go back and look at the highlight. He's not falling because he crossed him over.
You just tried to diminish the fact because it was on a Laker. I get it.
No, bro.
I get it.
Tyronn Lue is the suckiest Laker of all, bro, outside of Smush Parker. Like, nobody really cared about Tyronn Lue. Like, bro, keep it a bean. But, like, to me, I always say that highlight is, like, out of all my AI highlights, that's not the one I'm showing. I'm showing the double crossover where he had Bull fall twice.
Yes.
That's at the top of my list.
Yes.
Like,
yes.
He getting that putback dunk over old buddy. That's
which one? Which one? Over Marcus Camby?
Is it Marcus Camby? I think it is.
Yeah.
Those are the dunks I like personally. Like the one you crossed over MJ. Okay, I seen that already.
Listen, that still goes down.
Hey, my boy Terrence James said T.I. need to go up against Wayne. That's the battle we all been waiting for. Cause Wayne about to mop the floor with T.I.
Oh yeah, listen. That is one right there. Yeah, I'm definitely in favor of that. Oh, he also said that the AI highlight was a monumental moment.
I guess. I mean, for the NBA.
But T.I. versus Wayne. If we got that, I already know who you picking. I didn't ask you to pick because we established versus T.I. I mean Jay-Z versus Wayne where your loyalties lied at. We've already established that you're picking Wayne over anybody. So I don't need you to even stutter those words out your mouth right now. Just give us a score. Just give us a score. If
7-10.
7-10 Wayne.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That don't
It depends. Like I said, it also depends on what the songs are.
7-10?
Yeah, so here's the thing.
You mean 13-7? It's 20 songs.
Songs, you're right, yeah. 13-7, you're right. 13-7.
13-7? Wait, hold on. 13-7?
Yeah.
So you saying he gonna mop the floor with him?
I said that already. Mop. Wow. And here's the thing, right? Because the King of the South is really not the King of the South. Let's keep it a bean. That's self-proclaimed. That's self-proclaimed. It really is, though. Because everybody knows before that it was the King of the South. Wayne was over there killing people already with the Carter already. So I'm not really trying to
13-7 though?
But here, the reason why I say that, because I'm banking on Wayne bringing out mixtape Wayne into the mix. There's no way he doesn't do mixtape Wayne on the verses.
You said 13-7 though. Like I listen, like ooh, brother, 13-7.
What you got?
I got 11-9. Like
I knew it. 11-9.
I still got Wayne winning, but I got it 11-9. I don't got it 13-7.
Wayne, because Wayne about to hit y'all with some stuff y'all done forgot about. He gonna make y'all mess around, wear capris and white tees again with bandanas on your head. That's the Wayne we talking about.
Yeah, it can't be 10-7. So, oh shit. Scarface is the King of the South. That's real. That's real.
I just never understood. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, go to the next comment. So he was saying that even with Wayne doing some Cash Money stuff, it would trump T.I., right? So I always said, like, people forget about Cash Money Wayne. So you got different versions of Wayne we talked about. We got Wayne the solo artist. We got Cash Money Wayne. We got Mixtape Wayne. Mixtape Wayne is the GOAT of mixtapes. I don't want to. It's not up for discussion.
Ooh, this I almost choked and died in here. So water went down the wrong pipe. Y'all saying craziness? Like, listen.
So that's what I'm saying. Like Cash Money Wayne. Now I ain't gonna lie, Cash Money Wayne is not as impressive, but he still got over T.I. He got T.I. on the first couple. So man, look, Wayne been in the game way too long to take the crazy L to T.I. He about to go and hit 98 back. Cash Money Voodoo. Man, look. 13,
I hear you.
13-7.
I hear you. I hear y'all. Listen, 13-7. Terrence, what you got the score as? Did you say 10-7 Wayne? It can't be 10-7, so you got to give me another score. Like 10-7 doesn't work. You said 10-7, but that's not a score, bro. It's 20 songs. You got to give me a score of 20, dog. What do you say? Oh, that Carter Wayne Gilly needs to get some thanks for that. Listen, we had that conversation on one of our shows when we talked about Jay-Z versus Wayne, and I said that Gilly the ghostwriter needs some credit for that. But you know, people disagree.
We out here gonna thank artists for their ghostwriters, and y'all favorite rapper is about to really get schooled. To be honest with you.
Oh God. 14-6. Y'all really disrespected T.I. Like y'all.
No, bro, 13-7 is reasonable.
No, neither one of them is reasonable.
Yo, 13-7?
This nigga just said 14-6.
I'm tracking that. That's disrespectful.
Y'all really saying he about to get super mollywopped on this floor.
So listen, hold on. You don't think there's 13 Wayne songs that are better than anything T.I. done put out? Think about that. Think about that. It ain't 13 songs that would mop the floor with T.I.
Listen,
13 songs.
I don't know. Like I would have to go through. I would have to go make a list and go through it and see where we at.
If I was Wayne, I'll just play. I'll play the Carter 3 and Sorry for the Wait and the Drought, bro. End of discussion. Ain't nothing to talk about.
I hear you. Listen.
I'll mess around here, King Kong, King Kong, bro. Like it's crazy stuff that people. And then Future Wayne, and you know what I'm saying, and him on features. Good God.
Listen.
That boy said leave him dead in the living room.
Yeah, listen, I get it.
Get it? Leave him dead in the living room. Ooh.
Listen, y'all definitely came up with the thing here. Like that was wild. Okay. I had to leave that up there longer so people could see that score. Like 14-6. Woo!
I think Wayne going to shock y'all because y'all forgot. Reggie, you forgot. That's what it is. You just forgot.
T.I. does have hits, but a lot of stuff will be ass-kicking songs people were Joe for. They're not going to play a lot of his album stuff. That was dope. Okay. I mean, listen, I got the score closer. I got it 11-9 or 12-8. That's as close as I got it.
The crazy part is you said that. The only way Jay-Z beats Wayne is if Jay-Z puts the songs that he wrote for other people, not his actual song.
He's going to win regardless. If he puts songs he wrote,
He's going to win. That's an 11-9 score. That you want to add the songs that he's written for people because Wayne's not a producer. So that might, you know what I'm saying?
Wayne's a writer for other people. Wayne is ghost written for other people.
Yes, keyword ghost written.
But even if you're the ghost writer, you get writer's credits. So it's your song.
So here's the thing, though. Listen. So ghost writers don't get credit. If you write and produce it, you get credit. So that's why I said, like, everybody like, oh, Gilly deserved credit. The hood know Gilly wrote the song for him. Gilly didn't get credit when the song first came out. He might have got something like he could pay for the song or whatever on the road, but he didn't get credit on a national scale or whatever. So that's what. Oh! I forgot about it. Come on, like this poetry emotion, Reggie. I gotta meet this boy named Terrence.
That's my man Terrence from another pod called Jaeger Bombers Podcast, man. Please check them out. Jaeger Bombers Podcast. It's my guy Smack, Terrence James.
Yeah,
good brother.
He drink Crown Apple. I fuck with him. I like it.
Jaeger Bombers Podcast. Listen, there's another good show to listen to or watch. They should be dropping an episode soon. Listen, I'm not disagreeing with nothing that y'all are saying. I'm not disagreeing with any of it. I'm just saying I got to score closer. I think T.I. can stand in the ring. I don't think he's going to win, but I think he can stand in the ring.
I say they battle for the real king of the South. That's what I feel like they should battle for. On bourbon and whiskey.
Right.
I feel you.
But I don't think anybody's beating Jay in the verses. I stand on that, and I've stood on that since that conversation started. I don't think there's anybody that can beat Jay in the verses. I just don't. I don't think there's a rapper alive that can beat him in the verses.
Fair enough. I'm not going to sit here and debate with it. I feel like the best person that has a better chance, if we just talking about rapping, not producing, if we talking about rapping, Lil Wayne's the only person rapping that can compete with Jay-Z. That's just my personal opinion.
Listen, that's your opinion. You're entitled to your opinion. I don't agree with it, but you're entitled to it.
Who's a better rapper than Lil Wayne that can compete with? You talking about Kanye? Kanye don't have more hits than Wayne.
Right.
So that's what I'm saying. It can't be Kanye. And now you're talking about producing wise, that's a whole nother scope.
But again, all that ties into verses. Verses is not limited to just rapping. It's what you produce, what you're featured on, your raps, other people raps, who you written for. All that ties in.
So I'm about to say, we're doing that, then, because feature wise, Wayne featured on everybody's song. So then we got to bring in the I'm So Hood. You know what I'm saying? Then we got to go all over the place with it. So it's like this. That's why I said Wayne, the only person I feel like that can kind of keep up with the ball. And then don't get the fact that we talking about producing. Then we got to bring Nicki and Drake in this, and then that's a whole other conversation.
Listen, I think I would like to see Wayne versus Drake.
I ain't gonna lie. I ain't gonna lie. Hey, hold on. Wait.
I would like to see Young Money versus Young Money.
I still think Wayne will have to teach the student that he's still the master, but hey, Drake about to hit him with some heat. Drake gonna hit him with some heat, bro. But I think Wayne, for that one, Wayne gonna go in his bag because it is Drake. And he's like, hey, I put you on. Hold up, wait a minute. Like,
that's the one I want to see. Let me see that.
That would be probably the best versus I've seen. Student versus master. That would be. I think that's what everybody wants. For real. Everybody wants that one.
I'm with that one. Like I'm with this.
I ain't gonna lie. I still want to see Diddy versus somebody because y'all said Diddy produced a whole lot of people.
I would love to see. Listen, I think Diddy versus Dre would be a very good versus.
I want Diddy versus Jay-Z so he could knock him down a few pegs.
I would rather see Diddy either versus Jermaine Dupri or Diddy versus Dre. I would like to see one of them two versus
Jermaine Dupri.
Listen, I like to see that. I would say
so deaf. Yeah, absolutely. Versus the Ciroc boys. Yeah, bad boy. Yeah.
Bad boy versus So Def. I'm all for it.
That would be interesting.
I'm all for that.
I still don't care. Somebody coming for Jay-Z crown. You'll stop protecting this man. But yeah, Diddy versus Dupri. Yeah.
Stop projecting what? He's the GOAT.
Biggie's the GOAT. Let's calm all that down. Let's be real. Biggie's the GOAT.
Diddy versus Scott Storch. I think Diddy mops. Dre versus Scott Storch. I think Dre mops the floor with Scott Storch. I think he mops the floor with Scott Storch. It's not even gonna be close.
Nah.
Scott Storch had a hard time with Manny Frex. Like,
yeah,
he has nothing for Dre. Nobody really has anything for Dre. Like, I don't really.
That's hard because I was about to say I will always say that when I seen Dre and then like you forget about like who he's put on for real. And you like,
mind you, they didn't do no NWA during halftime. They didn't do.
Yeah, if they would have did NWA, I would have lost it.
They didn't do no Game. Like Game didn't come out. Like there was so like I would have because it was LA. I feel like Game instead of 50 should have came out because it was LA.
I totally agree. I said that I was like I wanted the Game and I wanted YG.
Yeah, like I feel like LA dude should have been on that stage.
It should. I ain't gonna lie. If they would have did a tribute to Nipsey.
Yeah, now that would have been dope too.
So they came out the last time that I checked. I don't know if anybody peeped that.
I did.
And when they came out like last time that I
yeah.
That's my choice. I was like, yeah.
What'd he say?
He did.
Ooh.
I mean, I disagree. I'm a Biggie.
He was just your man 2 seconds ago. Now you ready to cut him?
Yeah, no, we can still have that. We still have that bourbon and whiskey, but I mean, I'm a Biggie fan. Like I've always been a Biggie fan. It was Biggie, then it was Wayne. That's when I draw the line. I ain't gonna lie. We need to go back to facts. I lived in Cali for a minute, and for them not doing anything for Nip, I was like, that's crazy because this shit was in New York. I bet. Welcome to the party. I promise you, Pop Smoke would have been on full blast if it was in New York. Jay-Z would have came, it would have been a whole New York function if the Super Bowl was in New York. So that's what I'm saying. Like, we're gonna let them do something in Atlanta. I bet you first time you go here is Welcome to Atlanta.
Oh yeah, of course. JD gonna make sure that get on there.
So I'm like that was my thing, but man, what was I gonna say? I'm more of an R&B type of guy. And everybody knows me. Like I get to drinking. It's all about the 90s R&B and the 80s R&B. I'm all about that. So like when it comes to just my imagination, you know what I'm saying? I get right to it, you know.
Went to the Temptations, huh?
So like when it comes to somebody, don't get me wrong, rappers, but R&B is always gonna be my first love when it comes to music. So I'm an R&B head when it comes to anything in music. So, but okay, the rap though, like I just knew California was gonna put on like I needed E40 to come out, even though he's not in the LA area, but like it's a California function.
California.
You know, he Bay Area.
Right.
But,
here we go.
Bet. Oh, you set it up. I'm about to bring some heat.
We can definitely bring Terrence on the show and y'all can do a versus. Y'all can
I'm about to kill him with, you know me. I'm the biggest Boyz II Men fan out there.
Oh, Boyz II Men versus who?
I'm gonna do no. Hey, look, hold on. See, this is hard because I got Boyz II Men and New Edition. All right, those are my two people. Leave them alone, okay? Outside of that, you can bring whatever you want because I got something for it. Because Boyz II Men catalog crazy, but it wouldn't be a Boyz II Men without New Edition.
You right about that.
So if I got them two off rip, that's the 80s and 90s wrapped into one real quick. So, and then you want to go a little further. I got the Temptations, I got the Jackson 5. Those are groups. Ooh, Reggie, let's do it. Set it up, Reggie.
We're gonna set this up. Like we're gonna set this up because don't tell me to tell nobody nothing, bro. Like you just gotta come with your A game, dog. Like I got faith in my partner over here. I think he's gonna do it. We can set this up, get it on the show, and y'all can go at it. Y'all can drop your list. We get the viewers to watch and drop this.
You're not peeping what he said. You got the Jaeger Bombers.
I saw that.
And it's B and B. It's not just me. So you gotta bring some heat too.
Listen, I'm here. You know I'm here for it. I'm here for it.
Hey, so check this though. We're gonna do. See, the issue is, are we gonna go like? All right, so we got to make this a big event then, because like, what if we have the same song on the list though? That's gonna be the key.
So no, we both get. I feel like we should both get to pick two artists. Both teams get to pick two artists, and then we pick 20 songs from them two artists.
Okay.
So, like, if we pick Boyz II Men and New Edition,
Mr. Jaeger Bomber, what you got to say about that?
If we pick Boyz II Men and New Edition, then they got to pick two artists, and then we pick 20 songs between them two artists, and that's where we go.
Real rap, though, he can't. Michael Jackson disqualified.
No, that's where you go, and that's where you go,
bro. Like he knew Michael Jackson, bro. What are we gonna do?
I don't know.
Oh dang, Reggie, hold on. We gotta talk about this. Cause we gotta come up with our person. Cause we gonna do this. Cause I got 20 songs of Michael Jackson by himself. So like,
you said no. What?
I got a surprise for y'all. Y'all ain't gonna like my selection, but Boyz II Men is definitely gonna be one of them though.
So yeah, like we gotta set it up.
Song for song, like we at the jukebox in the bar having fun.
All right, so you just want to just go R&B song for song. So we pick a song, you pick a song. All right, cool. We can do that too.
All right. Bet.
I'm with that. I'm with that section too. Like we can do that.
Cause I'm about to say, there's gonna be some people on there. I might have to hit y'all with some. Man, that's wild. I'm about to say Michael Jackson going to trump a lot of people's song selection. Like you be like, oh, what you got? I got Michael Jackson. Dang, that's crazy. That's crazy. I lost.
Yeah, so for sure we gonna talk about this. Me and you gonna talk offline, Smack. We'll set it up. Pick a date. You and your co-host versus me and my co-host, and we get it popping. Like this, is how we do it. And we have a whole show dedicated to that joint. We combine shows. And we get it popping. I'll send y'all the link. Y'all join in and we get going.
And make sure y'all got good internet service because I don't need no glitches.
We need no glitches. We need to hear y'all. Need to figure out the song. We're gonna have the fans in so they can vote. We need people watching that day so they can vote on this and tell us who the winner is, what team won.
Oh yeah, absolutely. This is lit. I've been waiting for something like this, and I've been waiting for something like this.
It's gonna be a good one. It's gonna be a good one. So Smack, I'll definitely reach out to you this week, and we'll set that up and figure out when you're available and when your partner's available, and we can set it all up.
Hey, so check this out. This is the time usually that I'm available at nighttime because I'm 6 hours ahead of y'all.
Right.
So keep that in mind. So if anything, we will all get on a call and we just talk about. Hey, look, you're gonna learn a lot about me. This is one thing I'm good at.
Hey, listen, you already know I talk shit with the best of them, dog. So you already know how this goes with me.
I talk trash when I'm losing. So
right, like you got me and this guy. Like we gonna be here for the win. Like we not coming to play. I said this all the time. When I say we come to pod, and we coming to win on this too. Like this, everything's a win for us. Like we're trying to win it all.
Yeah,
that's why me and him work well together.
But this is gonna be good though. Yeah, we definitely gonna get the fans the promotion. We gotta hit the promotion heavy. Cause I want a nice little fan base, a little time slot with a nice live versus.
Oh yeah.
I can get Delaware County in this joint real quick, and we can get it popping on everywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, this is gonna be dope though, man. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I think we have run our course today on this show. We are back. Man, we want to thank everybody who tuned in, everybody who commented today. We want to thank y'all, man, for being in the comments and on our first experiment with the dual live broadcast on StreamYard. We want to thank StreamYard, man. This is definitely what we needed to step our game up. Like I said, this episode might not be on the audio side just yet, but I'm gonna try to get it there. But again, man, we are back. JB the Kid One, you want to start us on our exit out the show today?
Appreciate everybody for tuning in. You know, I've been on this StreamYard thing for quite some time. I like it. You know what I mean? We on Facebook Live right now. We on YouTube Live right now. You know what I mean? People commenting. We can see it. It's a good vibe. I appreciate everybody for tuning in and commenting. This means a lot to me. StreamYard is my baby. I've been waiting for this for a long time, so I was pretty excited to see it pop up. I'm glad we can go live. Hey, thank you for sticking with us and watching. And all the support, man, I really do appreciate it. You know, I mean, it's a big deal for me. I've been talking about doing a podcast for quite some time. So anybody, it could be one comment. That one comment, you know what I'm saying? That's all I need to keep on going. So I appreciate everybody for tuning in. And until next time, as you can see, we got a big thing coming to y'all. This is going to be epic. All right, and we might even have a guest host in here. You never know.
Right,
I'm gonna pull some strings in here real quick, but it's gonna be a good vibe. Stay tuned. You do not want to miss the next episode because it's gonna be crazy. I promise you. I promise you. That's all I got to say.
All right. So this is it, man. This is the return of B&B on the clock, man. We want to thank y'all for staying on the clock with us, staying on us about coming back, man. I'm happy y'all reached out to us, talked to us. Happy y'all reached out to me and convinced me to come on back. Listen, we back. We should be back next week with another episode. I don't see why not. It's time for the pod brothers to come back and start podding on a regular basis. So yeah, you will see us again. We will be every time we pod now. We're gonna be live on YouTube and Facebook. Off of StreamYard. This is how we doing it. I mean, and you can still find us on all streaming platforms, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, Spotify, you name it, we on it. Listen, man, we still around. We still here. The show is still going to be what it be. It's B&B on the clock. For myself, the coach, for the soldier, JB the Kid One. We see y'all next week.
Peace.
You was late?